So I asked you all in the community post what movie should I review next, and all of you overwhelmingly said the Angry Birds movie too. So I busted out my old DVD that I got lying about somewhere and I played it and it froze halfway through. So basically the DVD decided to do the personification of this clip.
Well, you can always count on...
Fortunately, the parts of the film that I was not able to watch have been uploaded to YouTube as a bunch of different clips. So I watched those clips, so I basically watched the whole film, and yeah, it's an interesting film to say. Is it better than the first film? Yes and no. Let's get into it with this review. So the Angry Birds movie 2 takes place after the first film. Red is now a hero for saving all the eggs from the pigs, and now the notorious prank wars have begun. These wars are quite self-explanatory, a bunch of pranks between Bird and Pig Islands that they keep playing on each other. But during these wars, Leonard notices a giant ice ball land near Piggy Island that did not come from Bird Island. It came from an island called Eagle Island. And now the birds and the pigs must team up together to stop whoever is trying to launch these ice balls at the islands. I want to start off by talking about what I think this film does better than the first movie: the hero versus villain dynamic. The main villain of this film, Zeta, is a lot more nuanced than Leonard was in the first film. Leonard was simply after the eggs. Zeta is getting revenge against Mighty Eagle for ditching her. So unlike the first film, you have more of a reason to side with Zeta, despite the fact that she's the main antagonist of the film. As well as this, the pigs also get a lot more depth in this film than they did in the first one as well. Leonard makes his grand return, and he's not as one-dimensional as he was in the first film. He has a lot more personality and depth to him in this one. And then they introduce a couple of new main protagonist pigs. First one being Courtney, who is really uninteresting in my opinion. Just there to appeal to the kids. But the other pig character they introduced, the scientist Gary, is absolutely awesome. His British accent makes him stand out, and all his technological stuff plays into some really funny jokes in the film. So those are the pigs. How about the birds? First off, Chuck and Bomb are still basically the same as they were in the first film. They were the sidekick characters who'd get up to weird antics and make some really weird jokes. And some of the jokes they make in this film are very good, and they still entertain me like they did in the first film. They introduce a new character who is Chuck's sister, known as Silver, and she is a very interesting character as she mainly ties to the theme of the film and the main character Red in a lot of unique ways. However, my biggest problem with her character is that she kind of interrupts the kind of vibes that the first film sort of went. So like when the second film would try to go for like a me and the boys do weird stuff vibes, she would sort of just step in and then go all scientific and technical and kind of just ruin the mood for me. However, she greatly contributes to the strongest element of this film, and I'd say that is Red and his character arc. Red and his character arc is easily the best thing about this film, because like it's about his character arc following the events of the first film where he's beloved and wants to be a hero, and he still wants to be recognized as a hero and not forgotten. So he tries to sort of lead the team and try to like stop Eagle Island all by himself. However, doing that by himself gets him and Silver captured, and he then later learns to actually work together to save the islands and come home as a glorious team. And I absolutely like this because it ties into the first film really nicely, and it feels like a natural continuation of Red's arc. And Mighty Eagle is very relevant into the film, and he has his own nice little arc as well that I absolutely love as well. Now, here are the two main reasons why I think this film is weaker than the first film. Number one, the hatchlings. So randomly during the film, it does this little subplot of the hatchlings trying to get their unborn sisters back, but then they accidentally sort of contribute to the main plot of the film, and it sort of ruins it for me. They quite literally save the day, and I'm not kidding. So Deus Ex Machina Hatchling Edition. The piglins also helped save the day, but they weren't put on the statue thing at the end because everyone's a piece of shit to the pigs, I suppose. And number two, and probably my biggest complaint with this entire film, the comedy. So if the first Angry Birds movie was completely unhinged in terms of jokes, the second film is slightly locked, as well as adding a bunch of random Gen Z modern day humour into it. So whilst the second film does have some extremely good jokes, I still think the first film's jokes are way better. Also, the first film doesn't have Baby Shark, so that's that going for it then. In conclusion, the Angry Birds movie 2 trades in humour for more heart. However, I still think it falls a bit short of the first Angry Birds movie, but it's still worth your time. So I'll give this film an enchanté.
Enchanté.
So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Angry Birds movie 2. What do you think? Do you think it was good? Do you think it was bad? Do you think my opinion was stinky? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.